Well, you know how things go. No, you don't. Well, it went. I pressed the button and it didn't make any noise. No, it's not like beep. It's on. What do you think of that McDonald's? Beep 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 beep. That's only if it knows you, right? So you walk in the door and you're like, okay, pull your hand out of your pocket, have some cash in it, and it's like deet 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 deet. So I tell the lady, I said, that beep beeping thing? She says, yeah. I said, that's for when you uh, to stick something into the oven, not to take it out. She didn't think that was funny. In, in. Beep, 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 beep. And then beep, 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 beep. That one's taken out. Anyways, that's why the IQ is so high. Because the beeping was misunderstood as just taking things out, not taking things in and out. I went up to this In-N-Out restaurant, and I ate there twice. Never ate there before, so I ate there twice. Surprisingly, it's been around for a long time, just about as long as churches, which I've never seen before either. It's been around for a long time. Whether or not in churches I got attacked, and In-N-Out I got attacked after I left twice. So both times I ate, and both times I had problems breathing later, but only about 10 minutes after the restaurant. So they tracked me down and filled my face full of some other crud. That's going to be a massive crime, because actually it's that place that's, doing the people in, but they follow them, and that is really bad. I don't know what this place looks like in the summer. I don't know what it looks like in the winter. There's a lot of green trees around here. There's actually grass and weeds and all that this tall. I didn't understand that because everything in this town is just rock. I mean, there was no green at all. Everything just, just rock and cement and, of course, blacktop. Anyways, pavement, whatever you want to call it. You think that stuff would be kind of expensive? Anyways, I wanted to put this on here. I'm tired. I need a bed. I need a place to rest, but I cannot seem to get it done. Of course, I don't have enough money for a hotel, even though that's a long story. Even though I would rather have an apartment, it's a double long story. But understanding that 6 nights in a hotel is the same as 30 days in an apartment, it's a big deal. It was like 10 or 15 years ago, some woman's like, I want to be a homeless person. I said, what, you want to be a homeless person? Yeah, they always go stay in the hotels and all this. And I'm like, yeah, they stay in the hotels for like 3 or 5 nights a month. And then the other 20 nights, you stay outside in a freaking ditch. nobody, you gotta pay attention, you know. The guy finally gets a hotel room and a shower. Then I went. So the veterans were going to help. Of course, I'm a combat vet. And it's just one of those. So, yeah, they'll give you a hotel room. So he gives me a hotel room, right? For one night. I said, yeah. And he also gave me a credit card for, well, it was for $40. Which, the place I had to drive to in town was 12 miles, which takes almost 2 gallons of gas. $6, I think, at that time. So I said, well, if I drive out here for lunch and back, you know, it just, the $40 of fuel, which seems like a lot, only lasted 48 hours. And 72 at a max. And the guy's like, yeah. And I said, well, you want me to be out here, and then you want me to go to the hotel room, and then that was it. One night. One night. I said, and then he said, well, you can stay out in the parking lot. I said, oh, that's nice of you. Then the freaking cop writes me a $500 ticket for being in the parking lot. No, I shouldn't say. It wasn't for being in the parking lot. It was for being, how was it put? Aggressively loud. Aggressively loud? Oh, bullshit. I said, I changed my tone of voice. I didn't yell at you. He was just being a prick bastard. I mean, because they're out in the middle, they're out in the country, and he's like prowling around, you know what I'm saying? Has his lights on and everything. And it's like, dude, what's the problem? And there's 300 parking spots, and he has, you know, there's one vehicle, which is being raised me $500 freaking dollars, $450. I didn't even say nothing. Yeah, besides he did not take me to jail, which is surprising. So it blew my fucking head off. That was a problem. Whether or not. Just one more of those little lessons you learn, you know, you can't go anywhere. And if you can't pay for rent, no one's going to help you. The veterans won't help. I mean, they say they will, and they give you a phone number, and then no phone number back, no call back, no, yeah, nothing works. We'll talk to you later. You'll have to call this number. They run you around quite a bit. Take your information down, though. It's like they take your information down for something else. Because it never really helps. Really. Anyways, how do you fix that? I get tired and mad. People wonder why. It's like, you know, I want to watch TV, you know, and cook dinner and have a good day. Sit down in a chair that hasn't been tampered with. These drugs and chemicals are getting so bad that they tamper with everything. You know, they screw all the furniture up, and they, you know, so nothing works. You know, you can't sit in that chair, you fall freaking asleep. You can't sit in that chair, freaking butt hurts so bad. Can't touch this because, you know, it makes your hands feel funny. All for the fucking drug war. way too many problems. You know, I'd like to tell somebody, but I don't know anybody. Not anymore. And everybody that I did know, I left, went to a different town, and no one really wanted to be my friend. That's probably because I like to tell people what to do. That's because that's what I've done my whole life. Besides when I was in the military, which I shouldn't say that. I did have a leadership job in the military too. I was the armor, which that means you take care of all the weapons for the whole company. Anyways, and of course, they got me a couple 3-day passes, and okay, about 3-day passes. That was a good year too. I got 2 of them. And you can't cheat, you know. I really hit the target because we were on pop-ups. Anyways. Yeah. That was a long time ago, though. I'd make everybody clean their weapon, all that other stuff, you know. So you're kind of in charge of things. But I wasn't in charge of lines of people. Except when I went to work, of course, I had my own business, so I kept my teams aligned and then sent them to work. You do this, you do that. Made you do bidding and all that other stuff. Then I get back over here and freaking not even one job. I think that people lie though. You know, they lie. And then I see how they get their work is they get their work by killing off the other guy. You know, just. And I'm sure they kill for names. And I do mean the word is not too small to use twice. But you can't do that. And then steal jobs with the internet. You know, they steal jobs and then they sell them to somebody who sells them. They weren't your jobs in the first place. What the hell are you doing? You know, it's like, well, I got all these jobs. See, that was my problem. Is my email, which I'm supposed to be the only one looking at it. I had 48,000 emails. You know how many jobs that is? That's what I said. Like 10,000 of them. Which it was none because it was spam. I mean, I guarantee it, none. The emails were from, you know, like 2 or 3 years long. So I had people stealing my email list, you know, because I'm, of course, Montana Handyman Service. Not New York Handyman Service, or Detroit Handyman Service. When you think about it, there's more people in this state, this town, than there is in that state. Whether or not. So these people used to steal my email, and I think they would sell it. You know what I'm saying? So if they sold my email for, well, even if it was just 10 cents, that was that $4 grand? Just to look at it, you know what I'm saying? And I actually only had one email and no telephone calls over 8 years. None. Had one email. I'll cop out of the sheriff's office. I mean, who the hell cares, right? He gave that to me because he had to see my prices, but they beat the prices down pretty bad. And that's because they give you a price, but they don't finish the job. Yeah, we'll build this in there. And it's like a door, you know, and then you'll hang the, you know, you'll hang the door flat, whatever you want to call it. And you'll trim it. And you'll make sure the door opens and closes. Because they don't trim the door. So, which is quite a bit of work if you have to trim both sides. If you don't hang the door, if you don't put a door handle on it, you know, it's like you're half the price, but you don't do nothing. You're just a freaking idiot. Nothing's done right. Well, at least we're not expensive. That's about stupid. You know, because the guy that goes together and does this work and finishes it and puts everything together and tries to be clean and all that good stuff doesn't get the job because somebody does a half-ass bid on it or lies and just sticks them with it. Oh, man, I gotta get out of here. You still recording? Oh, I'll be darned. That's called good night, not good morning.